Welcome to today's Premier Experts, your one-stop shop to find industry experts in a variety of niches. My name is Ray Perez, and I'm a global branding expert. I travel the world speaking to entrepreneurs and business owners, and we've created this show to take advantage of their wealth of knowledge. I interview experts across different fields to learn what has made them become successful. When you interview people from a wide range of industries, those points of views brought together can create massive success for your business. Welcome to today's Premier Experts. I'm your host, Ray Perez, and today our special guest is Dr. Bob Levine, the stress and pain relief specialist. But before we get into the interview, we have another edition of $1 Million Mindset. This is where we get the opportunity to ask high-level CEOs what it takes to reach 7 figures and beyond. Check it out.
Hi, my name is Kevin Holmes. I'm the CEO and founder of the Innate Group of Companies. We're a group of 4 different companies, all combined together to have a very unique capability set to help any size and shape of organization. We don't just look at identifying what the problems are, we look at solving it, and we create a managed service for our customers afterwards. We have to deliver that ongoing value, and the only way we monetize in our business is by sharing in the savings with our customers. If we failed to find savings, then we failed to do the due diligence and earn the right to win the business. So it's the most honest form of consulting I could possibly think of. Have always had an entrepreneurial mindset. Even back in university, helped pay for some of my tuition. This is going back into the late 90s. I started doing HTML programming and building websites. Make a little extra cash, got to pay for that big tuition as we're going out. I've had a lot of opportunities. I've had to reinvent myself multiple times as a sales rep. And this is back in the days where they said, there's your phone, there's a phone book, go sell $1 million this year, good luck. And they'd walk out. And trial by fire, and you had to learn and grow. And you had to have that entrepreneurial mindset. You had to refuse to accept no as being something bad. No is the second best answer you're ever going to get. And hearing maybe is one of the worst things you're going to hear. You hear a no, you get that much closer to a yes, but they're not wasting your time. You keep moving on. They didn't see value, that's okay. There's lots of other places to go see yes. And in life we win or learn. We don't win or lose. Like, that's not the concept. It's about don't fail fast, get to fortune fast, get to success fast, and keep driving for whatever that looks like. When you fail fast, too often you're going to focus on what that failure is, skip past the failure and keep driving it. What does success look like if I achieve it? Don't get distracted by little shiny things, which most people do, and they'll go running after them. It's okay. Move. If you're not breaking things on your journey, you're just not moving quick enough, to quote Mark Zuckerberg. Make sure you're doing time for not just for your business, take time to take care of yourself. Make sure you're going out and you're getting your gym time in, you're getting your family time in. Make sure you know when to unplug. If you do it too often and too much, you will find yourself burning out. And that's the worst thing you could do, because this is a big game, it's big energy all the time. So build yourself, connect to the right networks, connect to the right people. Proximity is power. Understand your market and where those people live and breathe and what they do and how they do it. And make sure you're doing it for the right reasons as well.
Hello, my friend. This is Ray Perez, global branding expert, inviting you to the Business Growth Bootcamp. This is an event that we do for 3 days in Miami, Florida, for business owners, entrepreneurs, and business professionals who are looking to grow and scale their business. We're going to be talking about branding, marketing, sales, speaking, video, social media, and much, much more. I brought a team of experts from all over the country to come and speak to you and teach you their experiences and their expertise to assist you in growing your business. Now, this is a 3-day event, starting off with day 1 when we talk about mindset. Mindset is the most important part about growing your business and understanding why it's important that we do certain things. Now, in day 2, we're going to be talking about skill set. Skill set is what do we need to do to implement to get those levels of results. And day number 3 is my favorite, implementation day. That's right, this is a boot camp, so we're actually going to be getting work done for you and your business. So I'm very excited to invite you to the Business Growth Bootcamp. If you want more information, watch the videos below on this page, and I look forward to seeing you at the next upcoming event. Hey my friends, it's Ray Perez, and I'm so excited to be launching my brand new co-author book project. That's right, for the very first time, I'm launching the opportunity for you to be a co-author with me in my brand new book, The Drive to Success. Now, you may be wondering what this book is about, and it's really true life stories of high-performance entrepreneurs who failed their way to success. And me being one of those, I've had a lot of failures in my life, and each time I failed, I became more successful. And I really truly feel that as entrepreneurs, we don't get to hear about people's stories of how they failed, because truly without failure, you're not gonna be successful. I was working out the other day, trying to get back into shape, and I was realizing what bodybuilders do when they're working out is they do repetitions until failure. And the reason is when you hit that failure, that's when the real muscle growth happens. So you can't actually be successful or grow without failure. And that was a huge analogy for me because I've really considered my life and all my clients and people that I work with. And I'm like, it's true. We need to go through failure to achieve success. So I wanted to create a book, The Drive to Success, of what it takes to persevere through that failure and be able to achieve next level success each time. So if you have a story that you'd like to share to inspire other entrepreneurs and small business owners, then I'd love for you to click the link below and apply to be part of our co-author book project. Now, in addition to obviously becoming a published author, you're also going to be a best-selling author because we will be running a bestseller campaign for our new book. In addition to that, you're also going to be part of a podcast, so you get to share your story and use it in that format as well. And you might be thinking, Ray, I don't have the time to write a book, not even if it's just a chapter in a book. Well, guess what? You don't have to write a single word because my team is going to interview you, record the call, and transcribe the entire thing and format it into your chapter in the book. You won't have to write a single word. All you have to do is revise it, make sure it's in your voice, in your language, and that you're happy with it so we can approve it. Now, the other thing is this. We're not just creating a book, we're also creating a whole marketing campaign around it. I'm also launching a podcast called The Drive to Success, which I'll interview you after you write your chapter and to kind of discuss the challenges that you went through, what happened, and how you got to that next level so you can use that into your marketing as well. Now, depending which one of our three options you choose, we're also going to do a VIP day right here in Miami, which you're going to get a professional photo shoot with your book. You're also going to get to meet several other co-authors and like-minded entrepreneurs. We're going to spend a great time, and I'm going to teach you how to leverage the power of your book in your marketing. That is my skill set. I'm not a publisher. That's why I partnered with the best, but I am a brander and I am a marketer, and I'm going to teach you how to leverage the most out of this book, unlike any other book, even if you're a published author as well. Now, in addition to that, we have several other benefits that are listed below in our packages. Make sure that you click to apply to get access to everything that's in our book project. And I am just so excited. And here's one thing, you can't just buy your way into this. It doesn't matter how much money you have or if you want to be a part of it, you do need to qualify. And the reason is this. We want to make sure that you have an inspiring story and you really want to make a difference in others' lives. This isn't just a thing about making money. I can do this book project on my own. It's about giving you an opportunity. And we want to make sure that you're properly positioned in a way to leverage what we're doing in this book project. Because we want all 10 authors to be promoting, to give 10 times the amount of exposure to this book than if you were just promoting it on your own. So hopefully you are interested in being part of our new book project. Click the link below and apply, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side.
What I like best about the Inner Circle is that the team of people that you have working and helping pull things out of you allows you to see areas in your life that would probably take you years to find out.
As soon as I was introduced to the concept of Inner Circle, I knew immediately that I wanted to be a part of it. So to be able to have access to that on a weekly basis has been transformational.
It's better than a family. It's somebody that actually understands your background and your where you come from, and everybody wants to go in the same direction.
I love the opportunity to just kind of share my thoughts and get some opinions and feedback from people who have either done it or just to get some outsider feedback to make sure I'm on the right track or to give you some guidance to make those decisions.
They work with you closely, one-on-one, and trying to really help you succeed in all areas, whether it's personal or business, and that can be really applied to your life and career.
We all help each other in every time we have a meeting with Ray or Dave, they've got a small curriculum, and on top of that, they additionally bring someone else to kind of help us in a different area of our business.
I was a little bit worried, like, is this going to work? Will I be able to commit to this time every single week? You know, is it going to be worth to set aside that much time? We've always maximized our time, and then on top of that, my performance that day and week increased greatly. So, well worth it.
Before I joined the Inner Circle, I really didn't understand what it was all about. I just thought it was a way for somebody to come in and say, hey, you know, we're going to give you something, and you know, you turn over your money and you get no value out of it. And I feel like it's the value is 10x what I expected.
Having coaches and team members that are able to, you know, give you a different perspective of your business just by looking at their business as well.
Having people in your corner to just discuss anything. I take it beyond business. I talk about my personal life. I talk about, you know, things that are concerning me. We talk about business. It's everything that you need to really be clear on what you're trying to do.
The whole curriculum, I believe it's great for anyone that is a business owner, an entrepreneur who's growing a legitimate business.
They create a environment that you can blossom not only personally, but your business.
If you're someone that's in business, you know, a business owner looking to grow your business, looking to get more exposure.
If you're a dreamer, if you think that you were put on this earth to do something amazing, joining the Inner Circle will help you, you know, make those dreams come true.
Hello, my friend, it's Ray Perez, global branding expert, and I have a very special gift for you. If you're an entrepreneur, business owner, or business professional that's looking to scale and grow your business, and I have exactly what you've been looking for. I call this My 360 Sites. I've been working on this for the last 2.5 years to build my brand online, my brand presence, live events, speaking, networking, and social media, and I've been doing it very successfully. And now I want to give you free access. Why? Because I want you to be able to build, launch, and grow a successful business. And when you do that, I really want you to give back, just like I'm doing right now. That's all that you need to do. Now, what can you expect from My 360 Sites? Well, number one, it's going to allow you to network more efficiently. Build trust and credibility with your audience. Allow them to learn more about who you are and what you do. Whether you're an author, speaker, podcaster, or just have a couple websites, this is your opportunity to bring everything in one place and cross-promote who you are. And the best part is, it doesn't make them feel that you're being salesy. Why? Because people love to buy, but they hate to be sold. Now, in addition to this, I also want you to learn how to get the maximum value out of your 360 site. So I'm also giving you access to one of our optimization sessions with my team so they can teach you exactly how to use it in your particular business and how to get the most value. Now, we do have limited spots available, so you must click the button on this page right now and get registered for your free 360 site. Now, at the end of the quick setup, which will only take you 5 minutes, there's gonna be a calendar for you to schedule the best date and time for your optimization session. Please make sure to do that. Why? Because if you don't have an optimization session, it's like having a Ferrari and parking in the garage. You're not gonna really know how to drive it to get the maximum performance. So click the button on this page, get registered, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Welcome back to today's Premier Experts. Next on the show is one of our favorite segments, Small Business, Big Ideas. This is where we travel the country with the Small Business Expo, interviewing attendees and vendors on their thoughts and experiences on a variety of topics.
When you're dealing with chronic pain, everything else is like it's an amplifier to what you're experiencing, so it's that much more critical to take care of yourself, to really make sure you have repeatable systems where you're protecting your health, because as soon as one of those fall out of alignment, that chronic pain that's always there is going to amplify it and just completely knock you off of whatever you're trying to do.
Pain management is something that's important to pay attention to and look at in the world today. Several years ago, I went through a terrible surgery. It was called a Whipple surgery. And the recovery of that, they had me on a very strong narcotic that caused my vision to be blurry. I couldn't think straight. And I could see a dependency that could be developed there, because the only time I felt good was when I was on this drug. If I didn't have the drug in my system, I was at a detriment, at a loss. It hurt me. When I got home and as I started continue to recovery, my number one goal was to get off this drug.
Pain management is something that people need to focus on and bring into conversation, because it's a gateway right now to dependency on pharmaceuticals. Poor pain management creates dependency on drugs, and when you can't no longer get that from the doctor, you turn into the street, and there's just a downward spiral. Healthy pain management, a holistic approach, puts you back on the stream, keeps you in place, keeps your mind right, and keeps you recovering on path versus something that's going to take you on path. That's extremely important in today's time, because we have more and more people getting addicted to these pharmaceutical drugs.
I think it's so important that when people are dealing with maybe chronic or urgent amounts of pain, that they do avoid those types of drugs and going that left field. Personally, when I was younger, I went through pancreatitis. I was in the hospital for over 2 weeks, and I had a lot of pain with that. I went to the hospital because of the pain, and they wouldn't really give me those drugs. I had to really tough it out on my own, and I think that that's something I'm thankful for, because so many people go that route and then they get addicted or they have challenges later in life, and it's something you want to do naturally if at all possible, and I'm glad I did.
As a marathoner, I go see my chiropractor regularly. You know, I'm getting close to 60, and I listen to my body. It's kind of like if my car is making a noise, I get it checked out. I get me checked out more than the car.
Pain is a very real thing, right? But there are lots of ways that you can manage that and take care of yourself. Lots of alternatives. So seek out the experts and take care of yourself so that you can take care of your family and your business and the community.
Hi, my name is Dr. Bob Levine, and I'm a stress and pain relief specialist. My team and I offer drug-free online and in-person group programs so that people can reduce and eliminate chronic pain and stress symptoms. I got started in holistic health when I successfully used alternative therapies to heal my chronic back and hip pain years ago when conventional care wasn't working. Soon after that, I ran clinical studies using the power of the mind-body connection to demonstrate substantial relief of chronic pain and stress symptoms without drugs. What I love best about what I do is seeing our clients living joyful lives, free of pain, without drugs, and finally being able to do everyday things like playing with their kids, grandkids, or simply being more active. Whenever I'm not working, I love flying airplanes, cooking healthy, and traveling with my wife Charlene and our 3 teenage boys. The best way to reach me is by visiting my personal website, meetdrbob.com.
Welcome back to today's Premier Experts. I'm your host, Ray Perez, and today my special guest is Dr. Bob Levine, a stress and pain relief specialist. Welcome to the show, Dr. Bob.
Thanks, Ray. Great to be here.
So happy that you finally made it on the show. We've been after you for quite a while to share your wealth of knowledge in the area of stress and pain relief. But I'd like you to share a little bit about how you got to this point in your career.
Well, it's a long story that I'm going to tell in a very short way. I went to University of Massachusetts on a football scholarship, and that was the beginning of beating my body up, really, really badly. And years later, I developed a bad back and hip problem in 1995, and I couldn't get any help from conventional care, so I started exploring alternative therapies. And after a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of driving around the Detroit metropolitan area where I was at that time, I finally was able to heal myself and get rid of the pain. Was gone, and I could get back to sports and living life fully and being active again. So that's what got me started, because the alternative therapies that I practiced, I knew there was something going on, and people needed help. There's over 110 million Americans now in chronic pain. So I really broadened my research. At that time, I was doing brain research for almost 30 years in neurological and psychiatric illnesses, and that was really fun and gratifying. Yet my passion turned to testing, in clinical trials, alternative therapies, and which alternative therapies were effective, so that we could finally prove what worked for people to get out of pain. Because for me, to get out of pain the way I did, it was amazing that I could finally get out of pain and go back to being active again. So that was the beginning of it then. And I got a lot of extensive training in alternative therapies and did the clinical trials, and then we proved that a lot of these alternative therapies were effective at reducing and, more importantly, eliminating chronic pain without drugs.
Well, that's huge, because to be able to reduce or eliminate pain without using medication, using different drugs, that's a big thing. And you've studied multiple modalities, right?
Right.
So you've kind of taken a combination of all these things over the last 30 years, and you've put it into one method or system, or?
Exactly. I mean, what I've learned over time with all the clinical studies that I did and collecting all the research data was that you need to, it's really important to combine therapies, different therapies that can be effective together, you know, and when you put them together, and it's really your best estimate of what will work well. So I did that, and we tested those combination protocols in these clinical studies, and we showed that these approaches, when added together, were way more effective than any single therapy alone. That was a big deal. So then now all the programs that I offer now and all the programs I run now deal with combining all these different modalities together, so we can approach the human being as a whole, because the human being has to heal themselves anyway with our expert guidance. Of course. And so that's the key thing.
And can you share a few of those, you know, tips or modalities or what you recommend? Can you kind of share that?
Sure. Yeah, we use a lot of different modalities. We use guided meditation, for instance, as a way of helping people harness the power of their mind to take care of the mind component of why they're remaining in pain, and also to interrupt these automatic patterns that exist in the mind, keeping people doing the same thing over and over again, and they don't realize it. So we help people recognize these automatic patterns, and then we teach them specifically how to interrupt them. And then we also suggest to them that they add back certain functional activities that replace those dysfunctional patterns. And then, so that's just one aspect of things. Everything we do actually is about interrupting automatic patterns, whether it's automatic neuromuscular patterns, like the muscles are too tense, and people walk around like this and they don't realize how tense they are. So we teach that we have a technique called effective muscle release. So we very simply release those muscles, and then the muscles relax. The person is burning less energy, because even when they go to sleep, the muscles remain on. But when you release them, they're off. They're burning less energy. They have more energy, and more importantly, it helps the pain dissipate. Then there's a lot. Then one other one that's really fun to talk about are the physical activities of daily living. Like, what do people do every day that keeps them in pain? So physical activities of daily living, the average person takes between 30,000 and 50,000 repetitive movements every day.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a huge number. And most people are conducting these physical activities improperly, in a way, and not only improperly, over and over and over again. So we teach people how to do these physical activities in an appropriate way. Walking is a big one. The average person walks between 2 million and 10 million steps a year, or in a day, 2,000 to 10,000 steps every day, right? So, you know, most people are walking improperly, and if somebody has an improper walking pattern that is keeping their pain locked in place, we can, just by teaching them proper walking, we can help unlock that pattern. So there's sitting and standing, bending and reaching, walking, and all these different repetitive movements people are doing. So that's a fun one to teach.
It's interesting that you say that, because I once was taught how to properly get out of bed.
Yeah, we teach that too.
And so tell me if I'm correct. So you're supposed to lean on your side, rest your hand down, push yourself up to a seated position, and then stand off and get off the bed. Is that correct?
Well, almost. So when you push yourself up, your head should be relaxed, so your neck is not, crocked like this. Yeah. So your head is relaxed, and you come up, right? And then what most people don't teach is that it's important to slide to the edge of the bed. So when you stand up, you can keep
instead of having to swing forward.
Swing forward, and that's where people get in a lot of trouble getting out of chairs. They launch out of chairs, or they bend over, and they're not contracting the abdominal muscles. And that's really important, because muscles are in what we call reciprocity. That's a fancy way of saying, hey, the bicep is here, the tricep is here. The bicep contracts, the tricep has to release relax, release, elongate,
Yeah.
or you can't do this.
Correct.
So you can consider that, and how many people have chronic back pain in this country? It's a huge number. So the back pain, the back muscles are in opposition to the abdominal muscles. And almost everybody, when they bend over, or they are getting out of a chair or sitting down in a chair, they're relaxing. They're just totally relaxed. So the back has to do all the work.
So instead of engaging.
Exactly, engaging, right?
I just realized it right now. If I was going to get up, I would be relaxed. I wouldn't be actually engaging.
And also, everybody holds their breath when they get in and out of a chair. It's like launch, and people, when in motion, holding their breath. That's a formula for injury, basically. So these are 2 tips. When in motion, keep your breath going all the time. And anytime you're going to bend at the waist, right? Anytime you're going to bend at the waist, before you initiate the bend, contract the abdominal muscles. That balances the strain between the front and the back.
Releases some of the pressure on the back.
Yeah, the back knows it's getting help, right? It doesn't have to do as much work.
Wow.
So that simple thing alone, we've helped people just get out of back pain just by teaching them that one thing. Now, teaching one thing, it's rare that teaching one thing will get the job done, but it does help for some people, right? So we also do a lot, Ray, with future visioning. Like most people in chronic pain, they've tried just about everything that they can think of to get out of pain. So there's a certain amount of resignation. So when they look off into the future, it's like, I don't think there's anything that can help me. I just have to struggle, manage this, do the best I can, and hopefully it won't be as bad, but I don't know how it's going to get any better. So that's the thought process that is keeping people from actually improving. It's really important when you look out in your future and you have chronic pain, it's like, hey, the next thing I try is going to work. And if not that thing, the next thing. And if not that thing, the next thing.
Yeah.
And it's going to work. You have to really think about it. You got to believe it. You have to want it, which almost everybody wants. You have to believe it, and you have to know it, even if you don't know exactly how you're going to get better.
Wow, it's kind of like a trilogy, right? So it's you work on the mind, you work on the body, and then you work on things that they'd be doing anyway, because there's exercises that you do, but then there's just ways you operate.
That's right.
So I love that. Get the right mindset, do the exercises, and shift how you operate daily
in life.
And that little triangle right there.
Yeah, and I really have a lot of empathy for these fantastic one-on-one practitioners of all types, whether it's massage or acupuncture or physical therapy or chiropractic, because they do great work. And what's happening is that they do their great work and the person's feeling better, and then they go out in their life and they go back to their patterns. And then they think that there's something wrong with the practitioner.
Got it.
There's nothing wrong with the practitioner. It's just that they're doing the same thing over and over again, and they've got this pain pattern or stress pattern. And by the way, here's another tip for people. You can't, if you want to work with any practitioner, you want to make sure that they're also working with you on your stress, because the stress reactions and the neuromuscular system, they go hand in hand. I always say you can't get somebody out of pain easily unless you're de-stressing them at the same time.
Amen.
Yeah, so it's an important question to ask your practitioner. How are you going to help me de-stress while you're helping me get out of pain?
So I know that people come to see you. You do your private coaching and methodology and practices. You're speaking all over, but you just recently launched an online program where people can follow your methodology, connect with you video streaming, and actually do this in the comfort of their own home. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we have a new program called Drug-Free Pain Relief Made Easy. And it's a program that people can do in their home. It involves live webinars with me. They get me for 2 hours, every so often, and we get the job done. We provide people exactly what they need to get better. We demonstrate what to do. We send them videos. We send them PDF documents with instructions. We send them guided meditation audio tracks to listen to.
Wow.
Everything that they need, and then in between the webinars, they do the work, because it takes us doing the work.
Yeah.
If we're going to lose weight, it takes us. It doesn't take somebody else.
Yeah.
If we're going to get out
and
of
just
pain,
reading the book's not enough.
Right. It takes us, exactly. It always takes us to heal with the help of our experts in the healthcare system, whoever they are, right?
And this is a full holistic approach, right?
It's everything. We teach effective muscle release. We teach automatic pattern interruption of these physical activities of daily living. We have a phenomenal communication module. My wife, Charlene, has a BA in communications. She's a communication expert, so she brings all of that. And communication is vital, because the mind is mostly constructed in language.
Yeah, of course.
Subconscious mind is mostly constructed in language, and that's where the power is. So when you use the appropriate language and it affects your thinking in a way that works, then you're harnessing the power of the mind, and the subconscious mind is supporting you in becoming pain-free and stress-free. And also, stress is underneath so many conditions, whether it's anxiety, fatigue, sleep disturbance, you name it. So depression symptoms, any kind of automatic pattern can be interrupted, and all of these are, I consider them all automatic patterns. And so, and then all the data we collected years ago showed that when we got people eliminating their pain, they also improved their sleep, reduced their depression symptoms, reduced their anxiety, fatigue, and other things that we measured.
Well, you've done quite an extensive amount of research on this area, and for quite a while. And you have all the certifications, all the certificates, all the doctorates, and if people want to learn more of how they can work with you directly or get your online programs, what's the best way for them to connect with you?
Yeah, the best way to connect with me is to go to my personal website. It's called meetdrbob.com, meetdrbob.com, and they can connect with me on all of my social medias. They can watch some videos. They can contact me, get my contact information, and so I'd be happy to have people get a hold of me so they can learn more.
Well, this is amazing. I mean, this is definitely something that our country needs, and people all over the world.
Yes.
And I'm excited that you finally have launched it digitally, because you know there's so many people in pain that really need.
You know,
this
we're launching digitally because we need to get the spread. We need to spread this, and doing it one-on-one or large groups. I've done lots and lots of large groups. And even if you do huge groups and you have thousands of people doing huge groups, it's not enough. So we need everything.
And it's not enough just at the event. They got to be able to have something that holds them accountable and keeps them on track while they're at home, because that's where the biggest difference is made.
Yeah. So our job is when we have people take our online program, they're going to see benefits right away. Within the first week, they're going to start feeling better, because when they do what we ask them to do. And that's probably the most important thing, because that resignation I was talking to you about earlier, that's embedded in them. Yeah. And so, but as soon as they start to feel a little bit better, they're moving a little bit better, going, wow, this can work for me, then they're all in. And when we did a lot of group programs, we had like nearly 90% retention rate over multiple weeks, and we had almost 90% satisfaction rating. People who said they enjoyed the program, they would take a program like that again, they would recommend their friends.
Wow.
So that's really
huge.
That is huge for that kind of data is huge for this kind of a program.
Yeah.
So we're really happy with that.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I know my dad is going to see you and you're going to work with him. So thank you so much for being on the show. I truly appreciate it.
Great to be here, Ray. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And thanks for joining us on today's Premier Experts. I'm your host, Ray Perez, reminding you to never leave for tomorrow, which you can do today, and always stay true to your brand. If you or anyone you know is an expert in a particular niche or industry, we would love to have a conversation about potentially being on the show. Just visit todayspremierexperts.com, click on Be a Guest, and fill out the form.